channel. This is your everyday powerlifter, Brent speaking. Um, One of the things I continuously see on the web is you see people um, focus on, I guess, two different philosophies, or they're trying to combine them into a, a universal philosophy. How can I get lean, quote unquote, abs, visible abs showing, being lean and also gaining strength? Honest and truthfully, unless you own gear, it's not really possible to be uh, strong to your genetic limits, whatever that may be, to be the most the the strongest you possibly can be for your structure, for your body, for your weight, for all that, to be as strong as you possibly can and be washboard abs, still gaining muscle, yet you're getting stronger. It's not really possible to do that. It's not really possible to walk around here and be going from 295, say you 220 pounds in your 8, 9, 10% body fat. Then you go from 225 to 235 in a year and you gain 10 pounds of muscle with no body fat. You're going to gain some body fat. And even if you eat completely lean and all the time, you're going to gain some fat. If you're gaining weight, you're going to gain fat. There's no other way around it. But the thing is, being grossly, morbidly, obesely fat, that's a whole nother ball game. But you're going to gain some fat, and also you have to understand that gaining a little fat means you're working out, you're in there, you're training. You're not just lifting weights. You're not going into the gym and doing 3 sets of 5 and then you do 3 sets of 5 here. If you're training intensely to get strong, far as the bench press, deadlift, squat, and you're training, or overhead press, deadlift, squat. If you're training in those 4 movements to get strong, to build to the strongest possible body you can, you're going to gain some fat. Also, training, you're not going to just be doing 3 sets of 5. You're going to be doing a little bit more. Your volume is going to skyrocket. You're going to probably be doing 8 and 9 and 10 sets. Heck, for me personally, some days when I get under the bench press, my body doesn't really, my cues, I don't, like in the beginning when I start warming up, every time I'm trying to warm up in the same manner as if I'm pushing a heavy load. But every day is not a perfect day for whatever reason. We're human, and perfect, you train to get perfect. Training means perfect results, but we're not perfect, so we don't train perfectly every day. I don't care who you are. You can be the most elite athlete, you have some off days in your training. So when you go into train, maybe you don't feel you're getting enough leg drive. You're not, if you're bench pressing, you're not getting enough leg drive. You may not feel your lats are engaged. You may not feel tight when you come down. You may not be, you may be misgrooving on the bench press for whatever reason. You may not be doing bench press in the correct manner. You may be bouncing it if you're, which I do not advise anyone to bounce the weight off their chest. You're pulling down the weight, and you may want to tap and go. And even in your taps and goes, you may not be tapping. You may be bouncing for whatever reason. You just may be off that day in your training. And in that off day, you may not realize how off you are until you get like this 3rd or 4th set in. You may be tired, you may be fatigued, you're just, and then you start really getting you start getting better in that particular off day. You start, or that, that okay day, that subpar day, you start realizing, okay, I'm doing this wrong. I'm not engaging my legs as much. I feel like my leg drives. Now then you start realizing that you're at set number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you really start pushing. And then some days when you're super duper strong, you may want to go an extra 2 or 3 sets. You may go set number 12, 13, 14 on the bench press. Then you may start going, then on that, you get to 10, 11, then you may change your grip. You may go close grip, and then you're at set number 13, 14, still under the bench press, but you change your grip and you're bench pressing now close grip. Then you may want to do a Larson press where you bring your feet up off the ground. You're at bench press number, you're at set number 15, 16, 17, because you want to get 3 sets of Larson pressing, because you want to use your stabilizing muscles, because you want to be able to stabilize the weight. So you may come down a little bit in the weight, but you're focusing on your stabilizers, being able to hold the weight and stabilize it in the bench where the weight don't sway you back and forth. You may be at set number 13, 14, 15, still bench pressing, but it's a different process in your training, because you're training to get activation in a different muscle group, and you want different joints and ligaments to be trained to be under that heavy load. So what I'm saying is 3 sets of 5 just don't cut it. I mean, it's just not going to cut it when you're really training to get strong in a movement. And if you're powerlifting, or if you want to be not even powerlifting, if you just want to be a better bench presser, you're not going to get better at the bench press with 3 sets of 5. You're just not going to do it. It's not going to happen. You have to really get under that weight and get used to many sets and many reps of training, of just completely pushing your body to the limit. I mean, getting up under that load and you're just giving it everything you got to get that last rep in. That's training, and the 3 sets of 5 is not going to cut it if you're trying to get strong. And I don't care what no one says. It's just not 3 sets of 5. You're not gonna. You're working out, but you're not training. And training is totally different than working out. Working out and training. Some people say, "Yeah, man, I worked out." Dude, I'm not working out. I'm training to get strong. And if I'm training to get strong, I'm doing movements and lifts over and over and over again, critiquing my form, focusing on muscle activation, trying to make sure that the load is moving in a good manner. I'm not leaning too forward. I'm getting my hips. I'm bringing my hips in if I'm squatting. My hips are coming. My back has a neutral spine position. So training and working out are 2 different things. And anybody who's lifted and trained know that they're totally different, because when you're lifting or working out, you may want to go in there and do 3 sets of 5 and then get out of there. But when you're training, you're not really working out until you get lots of sets and lots of reps in. So when I hear these people talk about working out and training, and they're gaining strength, you can't gain strength just working out. Not at the elite level, but training, you're going to get strong. And in your training, you do need to focus less on walk around here having washboard abs. You're going to gain a little bit of weight. You can still be decently lean, but if you're wanting to be on a magazine cover, and even on the magazine cover, those guys are training for a photo shoot. They're not training; they're working out for a photo shoot. So they're eating, they're dieting down. They're probably even going in there. They're doing some reps and sets even before they take the picture, so they can look the most. They're probably got a pump product in them. They're trying to project a certain image for that shoot, for that magazine cover, for that label on that product that they're trying to sell, to entice you to go, hey, you can look like this too if you take this. And that's not true either. But this is your everyday powerlifter, Brent speaking, talking about the difference between training and working out. Have a great day.